What's up, YouTube? And today I wanted to do this video talking to a group of people, set of people. It's not really a topic, but it's talking to a set of people, like to people who consider themselves truth tellers. Maybe you watch this video, you're a person who tends to tell the truth. You care more about the truth than anything else. Uh, I wanted to make this video just for you. And first of all, as you probably know already, if you're a person who tells the truth, you're probably not the most famous person. You're probably not well liked. You're probably the victim of a lot of how can I say it? A lot of allegations, accusations, simply because you're trying to tell the truth. I want to say that once you decided to be a truth teller, you sign up for all that. It's not those two things are not separate. Once you're going to be on the side of truth, you're going to go for a lot of garbage. And if you want, you could just check history of the world. If you look at the history of the world, people who have stood for truth, people who came to even maybe scientists who made any discovery or something, they were always murdered brutally. Some of them were murdered brutally. Some of them were ostracized. And sometimes it's centuries after do we really look at these people and we say like, oh, these people were telling the truth, like these people were thinking. So you have to understand what you're signing up for. But some people ask, like one time I was having a conversation with someone and they were like, but why are people like that? Wouldn't people like truth? Wouldn't people like to know what's right? Wouldn't people like to improve themselves and do the harsh work? And I learned recently something interesting about human beings. You must understand that most human beings are not seeking comfort. Sorry, they're not seeking truth or righteousness or healthiness or all that. Most human beings are born to seek comfort. And it starts when you're a baby. I don't know if you ever noticed it. A newborn baby, first of all, it's going through a lot, right? It's being pushed. It was in a womb, all comfortable by itself. Then it's being pushed out. It gets out of the body of its mom. It's cold. It's probably cold. Some strange doctor is smacking on his butt. And he's like, the baby's probably like, listen, I'm crying already. Why are you still smacking me? Like, I understand if I wasn't crying, but this stranger is smacking on his butt. There's a lot of thing going on. And the first thing the baby does is cry. The cry of the baby activates certain hormones in its mother to care for it, to comfort it, and to even feed it. And if you know this, the baby, from the time it's born, it has a very strong grip. No gym practice, no wrist practicing, but it has a very strong grip to cling on to its mother, and you don't have to teach the baby how to suckle. Those two things, cuddling with its mother and feeding, are comfort things, because the baby is seeking comfort. As we grow up as human beings, our desire for comfort doesn't necessarily go away. We are still beings who cry out for comfort. As we grow up, it just changes. Obviously, when we grow up, we don't want breast milk anymore. We may not want to always be clinging to our mother, but we still want to be hugged. We still want to be in a relationship with the person we're attracted to. We still want to eat foods that whatever we want, even though it may not be that healthy for us. We still want to engage in activities that are not healthy for us, but they make us feel good. We want fame. We want money. We want comfort. We are still beings who seek comfort. So the problem is when you're a truth teller, right? Truth does not always go along with what makes you comfortable or what makes people comfortable. And people can be very, because as I just showed you, it starts from as a baby and it increases as you grow up. When you take away somebody's comfort, people can be very nasty to you. Even if you're trying to help them or uplift them in some way, you have to understand you're taking away their comfort. You have to realize, because you're a truth teller and you probably expose yourself to the truth, you're able to go through the sword of truth. Not everybody has that ability. Some people, they are slaves of comfort. That's all they want in their life. So here comes somebody, you may have a friend. They're in a relationship, and you knew them before they were in the relationship. They were glowing. They were doing something in their life. They were so dynamic and all that kind of stuff. We got into a relationship with somebody, and all of a sudden all their light is sucked out. They're dry, they're always depressed, they're always angry. And you on the outside, you tell the truth. You say that person is not good for you, right? That person, you may like them, but they're not good for you. That's not your person. You will think that your friend will be like, yeah, you know what, you're right. But no, sometimes if the friend is seeking comfort, you have no clue. Maybe this other person is giving them some type of comfort in some way. And they will actually fight to stay in that toxic relationship than listen to you. You know, being the person to tell people, listen, eat healthy, don't eat what you want. Being the person to tell people when you get up in the morning, don't go straight on Instagram. Go to the gym, or go to the gym and do pray, meditate. Being the person to tell people don't eat what you want, like you try to eat healthier. Being the person to tell people, right? This is a big one. Being the person to tell people that just because you're attracted to somebody doesn't mean they're good for you. Being the person to say that will not make you a famous person. And because you just have to understand, most human beings are attracted to comfort, not necessarily truth, not necessarily what's good for them. So, that being said, being a truth teller obviously can be a very lonely road if you don't know how to navigate it properly. What I think is, even in my own life, as a person who did a lot of self work, so I kind of, whatever I learned, I wanted to share, which is a lot of truth tellers. That's what they are. They just want to share it out there so you can know. But what I've learned is focus more on living your truth rather than teaching somebody your truth. If you could live a good example and somebody else can copy off of you, that'll actually make you more liked. You know why? Most human beings, they want to feel like they did it themselves. They want to feel like they did the work. They actually don't like to hear you tell them anything, especially when human beings get to a certain adulthood. And children are a little bit better at this, but like when you get to a certain point of adulthood, even teenage years, people don't want to hear nothing. Like they don't want you to know that they heard it from you, especially if they may not respect you like that. Because some people, you have to understand, as a truth teller, just because you're telling the truth doesn't mean people are going to respect you. If they see you as as somebody they don't really respect, even if you're dropping diamonds on them, they will listen to another person who they respect more than they'll listen to you, even though you're telling the same truth. But what I realize is, like, try to live it, try to live all those lessons you learn, all that truth you learn. Focus your energy on living it. If you know about eating healthy, eat healthy. If you know going to the gym is good, go to the gym. And what's interesting is your peers may start mimicking you. Don't tell them too much, don't talk to them, but when you start just doing, they'll start mimicking you. Also, you will start to attract people who are like you. You will start to attract people who can take criticism. You will attract people who are truth tellers themselves. And you'll attract a stronger circle like that. But it's only going to happen when you stop being so in the state of mind to keep talking and keep trying to teach somebody something. Listen, man, people are going to listen to who they want to listen to and who they respect. And it really does. It's sad. It's a little sad, but it doesn't really matter what that person is saying. Once they look up to that person, they will listen to them, even if you're telling them the truth. So if you're a truth teller, try to take what I said in this video into account, especially the things about, you just have to accept the way it is out there. People, just know this: people are not built for truth and righteousness and all this kind of stuff. They're more built for comfort. If you're taking their comfort away, they're gonna snap back at you. And number two, focus more on living your truth, because the last thing you want to be is a hypocrite. So focus more on the fact that you're living your truth, and you will find that people will copy you. You'll see it. Trust me, you'll see it. They'll start copying you, and they'll start doing what you're doing anyway. That's a better way to try to teach, is to be. Don't try to teach, just be who you are, and that'll be better. So tell me what you think about this video.